Oh, okay, okay. Hello. There's nobody watching right now, so that's a very good thing. I'm figuring this out. This is the first time that I'm going live. I'm going to get ready for Goth Night tonight while just like chatting. That was kind of the idea. And of course, everything takes longer than I think it's going to. So it's like 8:48 p.m. and Goth Night starts at 9. I do usually like to get there early. So we'll see. Okay. I'm just checking the audio on here. Oh my gosh, hi! It's Ella from Save Here First. She has an amazing channel, amazing energy. If you're ever looking to basically thrift online, definitely follow Ella at Save Here First or subscribe to her channel. You'll not regret it because even if you don't have the money to purchase anything right now, her energy will just lift you up. So hello, Ella. Thank you for being here. I'm just testing out this live. This is my first time, so I'm just trying to figure out how everything works. And how are you today? What's going on in your universe? If anyone is here today, woohoo! Thank you. Yes, we're live. And let me know how y'all are doing tonight and how 2024 is going for you so far. It's been what, like 6 days? I'm like personally looking forward to it, but it's been a struggle. Let me tell you, it's been a struggle. And of course, there's no magic flip, right? Like I feel like whenever there's a new week or a new year, something inside of us feels like, oh, the switch is going to magically flip and these things are going to get better and the habits that I've been wanting to instill are magically going to get easier. And then of course that doesn't happen. And then of course life happens and things are challenging. Like things have been really challenging with my family. Oh, hey Jeff. Jeff has a channel as well where he does a lot of reselling and they play games and it's a lot of fun. I don't know what the games that you play are called, Jeff, but they're really funny, like those racing games. Thank you. Oh my gosh, see, they're the experts at going live. They know everything and they host like some of the best lives around. So definitely go subscribe to Ella and Jeff if anyone who's watching who's not subscribed or anyone who watches this later. But yeah, I am just figuring this out. I'm about to do my makeup and get ready to go to Goth Night. But yeah, let me see if I could play some music in the background. I'm kind of scared of that because YouTube is pretty strict about it, to be honest. But let's see. Let's see if it works. Or maybe I shouldn't risk it because YouTube is super strict. Maybe certain bands I could play. So I'm trying to test that on my end. See what it sounds like. Let me know if you can hear that actually. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the affirmations. Okay, well, I have some stuff going on in the background. It doesn't have to be like forefront, but I'm getting ready for Goth Night basically. So yeah, just wanted to have that playing. But anyways, so I hope that your years are going well so far. Mine has really been a struggle with family, and I want to be positive. I really do. I want to look forward to what I can build for myself in the future in life. Oh no. I'm like trying to get ready to go out and I'm getting stuff all over myself. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you've ever struggled with family. Like, okay, thanks, Jeff, for letting me know about the music and the audio. That's good. That's pretty much like where I want it to be at. And right now we're listening to Tragic Black. They're a death rock band from Salt Lake City, Utah. So definitely check them out if you're into goth music or death rock or just like to listen to any types of music. So thank you for being here. I've been so stressed this whole week. I'm not going to lie. So going out tonight hopefully will just be a bit of fun. But yeah, as the title of this video is called Dealing with Narcissists, let's talk about it. I didn't really realize how rampant the problem of narcissism was in our society until I realized how many narcissists I deal with in my in my own life. And I know in the age of social media and YouTube, people accuse YouTubers of being narcissists, but honestly, like a lot of the YouTubers that I know are some of the nicest people that I've met. So I'm sure, just like anything else, I'm sure there are some narcissists that are YouTubers, but most of the YouTubers I've met are very like nice and kind. And honestly, most of the narcissists I've ever dealt with are in my family. And it's just like, it's really difficult. So let me know if you've ever dealt with anything like that. Or if you've dealt, I mean, we all have issues with our family, right? But there's varying degrees of that. There's varying degrees of toxicity, of abuse, of dealing with people who have, personality disorders, mental health disorders, and the disorders that they cause us to have because they don't go to therapy, they lack self-awareness, all that stuff. So I feel like it's probably more common to have a dysfunctional family than it is to have a healthy, functional family. But we can learn from that and hopefully create healthy families ourselves, if not by having children, then just like with our chosen families of like friends and community. So there's definitely things we can learn from dealing with narcissists and toxic people. Ella says, with family, you see them day to day. With YouTube friends, you don't see them. Well, that's true too. That's true too. We don't deal with like that side of our YouTube friends, or for a lot of people for that matter. So that's a really good point. And I think that's one of the hardest parts of dealing with family, is that the closer you are to that family member, the more you interact with them, the more you're going to see the dark sides of them, because we all have a dark side, right? It's not just the narcissists. We all have our lesser desirable qualities. I'm sorry, Jeff. Jeff said you don't even want to get started with how dysfunctional my family was. Oh, no. It's hard, but hey, you seem like a really great person. And like Ella said, I know we don't like know each other super well. It's just through YouTube, but just like what's coming through, you seem super chill and everything. There are people who like project this, like, I'm holier than thou. I'm, kind of almost like superhero persona, but I just get like a regular chill vibe from you. And so knowing that you've like dealt with like such a dysfunctional family, I just want to say, all we can do is evolve. Hopefully, we either take on the traits of our negative dysfunctional family or we learn and grow from it. So that's like really all we can do. Jeff said, "Can I look at life like this? Everybody is going through something somewhere. All these people that come into our chat rooms have a life and they're going through real things, so we definitely feel that." Yes. Yes. Yes, definitely. And that's why I say, I know that like the struggles that I have aren't unique by any stretch of the imagination. And I know that they're not as bad as what other people go through. But you just can't like compare. You just can't compare your situation to anyone else's, or, it's not like what's the word I'm looking for? It's not like a competition of like who's had it worse, right? Either. But you have to have compassion for yourself, even if you know that there are people out there who have gone through worse. That doesn't mean you have to put up with the negative things in your life, right? So I'm a little bit all over the place today because I really kind of just wanted to test out the live since I haven't done one. And I was like, let me do a chatty get ready with me while I go to Goth Night. But Jeff said, you can also meet people that will change your whole life. I know meeting this lady, Ella, Save Here First, has definitely changed mine. Yes. Oh my gosh. I love seeing your lives together. It's the best. Like, you both have such great, amazing energy. So yeah, I'm glad to have met you all and, other awesome YouTubers, people through YouTube, should I say. But yeah, life is a trip. So I'm just like going to get ready and maybe like vent a little bit. I don't want to vent too much. So like there's the fine line, right, between like venting and then just focusing on the positive and moving on. Moving on with your life. And I'm 35, so I really struggle with like, I don't want to just be complaining my whole life and, it's in my head like, get over it. It happened in your childhood. But the thing is that it's still happening to me. Like, my family is still very dysfunctional up till now. And now a lot of them are sick and aging. So when you're dealing with sick and aging narcissists who influence you to, hate yourself and struggle with self-hate and your own mental health issues, it's difficult because it's like, that's what I'm looking for. I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't even know why I'm going live. I was like really debating that because I've just been struggling so much mentally this week because of family. So I actually had it in my head to live stream like weeks ago, a chatty get ready with me to get ready to go to Goth Night. But maybe I shouldn't. I'm not all there mentally. But Jeff said, always be you. That's all you can be. And that's all you should be. Just be you. That's all there is. Stick to that and you'll do great. Thank you. Yes. And same to you all and same to everybody. Well, not everybody. We all can like grow too. But I don't know. I've just been going through it this week with family. So dealing with like relatives that are sick and aging and, dealing with like terminal illnesses is difficult enough. And then when you add in the layer of, any type of abuse or dysfunction really that you face with them, it just makes it a lot harder. So I don't know. I really want to move on in positivity. So I don't know why I'm live streaming this subject when I'm like clearly out of it and like just nervous about like talking about it. I guess why I'm nervous to talk about it is because I know a lot of people have this experience too, where you experience something, it impacts you deeply, it affects you mentally, but like nobody believes you. It feels like nobody believes you. Even when some people do believe you, I guess it's because that whole side of my family's dysfunctional, and whenever I've kind of opened up to any of them about it, it's like, well, it's still your family. It's like, excuse the abuse, excuse the dysfunction, and excuse the way that it's like impacted you. But I don't want, like, I don't know. I don't want that to define me for the rest of my life, but I'm currently struggling with it. So I know I need to find a way to move past it so that I can grow and basically move on with my life. But it's hard when your present circumstances are still impacted by the same types of behaviors and the same people, So that's what I've been struggling with this week. I was like, 2024, so excited about it. I'm gonna change my life. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna focus on my goals. And then straight away, it was like more insanity, more gosh, I don't even know if I should get into specifics because it sounds terrible. But basically, I don't know. If any of you out there have dealt with narcissistic family members, you probably know what I'm talking about, and feel free to share if you're struggling with anything, because I believe that we can overcome it. I really do. And it's a hard decision. Oh my gosh, I look crazy. I look insane. Like, look, trust the process, okay? Trust the process. And I really definitely need to get a better foundation that matches me more because this looks insane. But let's just trust the process and go on, because I'm probably gonna I'm gonna try to get ready in 45 minutes. So let's try this. I took out my hair extensions. I used to have long hair extensions that I've had in since March. And I took them out a few weeks ago, or like a week ago, because I'm sorry if I talk in choppy sentences. Like, my brain takes a while to process what's going on, what's going on up there. And I believe we're listening to Tragic Black right now, if you can hear it and if you're curious. Oh, we're listening to Oh Children, so I have it on shuffle. I could barely hear it myself, to be honest. I'm not sure what anyone else out there can hear, but what was I saying? Oh yeah, I took my extensions out. I loved having my extensions in. It really did help to boost my self-esteem and the way that I felt about myself. but they're really expensive to maintain and upkeep. So I was just really struggling with money, so I had to take my extensions out. I did that like a week ago. I took them out myself. I don't know if any of you have ever had extensions, but I really like this kind because they install it in your hair with beads. So they put these little beads in your hair, and then they sew it in. So they use a thread to sew in the beads. So it's not just like sewn into your actual hair, it's like sewn into the beads, which also makes it really easy to remove yourself. You just have to put a lot of conditioner, kind of basically oil the beads up, and then you can basically pull your extensions out. So it was easy for me to take them out myself, and it would have cost, I forgot, I think $75 to go get it done by the woman who has been doing my hair since I got them in. And I love her, she's amazing, but I just like really couldn't afford it anymore. I couldn't afford Christmas, like I just couldn't afford anything. I was like, let me get serious about my money because I really had like nothing. I was like broke, like no savings. Like in an emergency, I pretty much would have been fucked. So, sorry, can't bleep out my my words in live. But yeah, so I took my extensions out just because I couldn't afford them, and I was like, let me save some money by taking them out for a while. And I really want to get healthy for 2024. I really, really do. That's a challenge because I'm a stress eater and I'm an emotional eater, and all of this insanity that I've been dealing with my family has been making it really hard to not stress eat and eat my feelings and my struggles. So yeah, all that to say, I came up with kind of a reward system for myself. So if I actually meet certain fitness goals, I'll reward myself with non-food related rewards because food is often a reward for me. So I'm trying to get away from that. So I think it's like my third or fourth fitness goal. If I hit that, I'll allow myself to put my extensions back in if I can afford it, because at that point I'll feel like I've earned it, you know? And that's not to say you have to deserve self-care. We all deserve self-care. But there are kind of fine lines when we're talking about self-care between needs and luxuries. And it's really not up to anyone else to decide what's a need for you and what's a luxury. Like, for example, for a really long time, I considered therapy and skincare and all these types of things a luxury. I just didn't think like I deserved it. But there's so many people that consider that a necessity, even if the products that they use or the services that they use are high end or cost, you know, a decent amount of money. They still consider that to be a necessity. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. It's just up to the individual to decide what your self-care looks like and what you allow self-care to be for yourself. I had to allow myself to start taking care of myself basically this year. It's been a journey for sure. And a lot of that is due to the experiences I had with my family growing up. Anytime I you know, had any sort of anything nice, or not even nice, anytime I was given anything, I was made to feel like I didn't deserve it. So I've struggled with that a lot. So it's still a process to try to, you know, figure out how to take care of myself and give myself permission to take care of myself while still determining like, okay, maybe the extensions aren't something I need right now if I'm struggling financially. You know what I mean? So it's a struggle to figure out where that line is, and the line I'm sure will always be moving around. But that's just for us to determine for ourselves. So oh my gosh. Thank you for being here if you're in here. This is welcome to the chaotic live. So for anyone who's ever had family members dealing with illness and or passing away, have you ever had anyone kind of use that against you to manipulate you? Because I feel like that's one of the things I'm kind of going through right now, and it's like really hard. Because it's hard enough to deal with people close to you being sick and, I don't want to say dying, but essentially, coming to that end stage of life. But then when you throw a narcissistic personality into the mix and they're like using that against you to, I don't even know, like, honestly, I don't even understand what they want. Like, I'm like, what do you want from me? What do you want? It's just very confusing. And that's exactly what narcissists will do to you. They'll confuse you and just mess up your reality, mess up the way you think, make you feel like you're a bad person, which is something I struggled with my whole life, just feeling like I'm inherently bad. And I realized through therapy that's a core belief that I've had my whole life and kind of a root cause for a lot of the things that I struggle with, like depression and all that. It's because I have this core belief that I'm a bad person. And I haven't fully processed that or fully dealt with that. I try to. I've been to therapy on and off. Anyone who's tried to go to therapy knows that you start and then something gets in the way and you stop because you can't afford it, or there's all these other things going on. But I trying to figure out how to do my makeup and talk at the same time. Help. Okay, so I don't even know what I'm gonna do for my makeup actually. The theme for Goth Night tonight is prom. It's not prom, but it's like winter something, winter ball, right? So when I asked the coordinator, oh, so like, is it like a blue theme? Like, what's the deal? She was kind of like, think like prom, but like wintry. And honestly, I forgot that tonight was Goth Night. So I almost didn't go. And then at the last minute, I remembered, oh my gosh, it's the first Friday of the month. So I'm just trying to slap something together, and I'm not necessarily going to go with the theme just because, I don't really know what to do with that theme. A lot of the themes have inspired me. But this time around, I'm just like, you know what? If I can drag myself to Goth Night, that'll be a victory. That will be a victory. Oh my gosh, if I can get myself ready to get out of here, that'll be a victory. Oh, don't do what I do. This is not a makeup tutorial. This is just how to survive 101 when you're scraping by, let me tell you. Yeah, anyways, looking positively, goals for this year are figure out my brain. I mean, that's going to be an ongoing process. That's going to be an ongoing process for most people till the end of time for our whole lives. If you have self-awareness and a growth mindset, then the work will never be done, The work will never be done. There'll always be some way we can grow and evolve and I don't want to say improve our lives, because it's not always about improving our lives. We also at some point have to figure out how to accept where we are and be grateful for where we are. But there's a balance in everything, right? So there's a way to continue to evolve in gratitude and joy, but you also kind of have to figure out the pain points, the areas of your life that keep you stuck, the people in your life that keep you stuck, how and why they're keeping you stuck, and yourself, really, because at the end of the day, we're the only ones keeping ourselves stuck because we're allowing, not blanket, because there are some situations very extreme, like abuse and stuff like that, where obviously it's like not the victim's fault, but in non-extreme circumstances, even in mildly abusive situations, and I mean like mildly abusive as in like verbal, not like people like threatening your life and being physically violent with you, but in like dysfunctional situations, let's call it. The dysfunction can't exist if you're not participating in it anymore. You know what I mean? So at some level, it kind of is up to us to stop. Maybe we can't change the other person's behavior, but we can change our behavior. We can stop participating. And that can be really hard, especially when you're talking about family, especially when you're talking about, the elders in your family, because there's also this pressure and responsibility to care for your elders, right? There's just so much. It's so much pressure. Like, that's what I've been feeling. I've just been stressed out and feeling so much pressure that I honestly can't deal with. And it's enough pressure to feel like the things people go through to be caretakers for their elders. I don't, or even their like partners, right? Like that's another thing that's been making my situation hard is one of the primary dysfunctional people in my life that have been making things hard for me. And I thought I was going to be able to speak more specifically about it, but I don't know, just like being here, I just feel so like anxious, I guess, talking about it. But I feel like my brain's not even working. I don't even know what I was saying. Help us today. Help us today. I'm gonna try to put some eyebrows on, so help us today with that. And my makeup is like so bad right now. Like I can't even think. I don't even know what I'm doing. So this is not a tutorial. Don't do what I'm doing. You could definitely find good tutorials out there to not end up looking like this. Okay. Don't do as I do. Please. Don't do as I do. You will probably look real crazy. Okay, so yeah, so one of the primary narcissists, primary dysfunctional people in my life is going through a hard time, and I have empathy for that, and I have sympathy for that. She's basically taking care of her husband, who's aging and elderly, and that's hard, and her son. It's bad. It's a bad situation. So I don't lack empathy for it, but I just can't do anything about it myself. You know, one of the things surrounding, or I guess one of the themes when we think about younger people and families taking care of older generations is historically the resources were either pooled to make that happen or the kids were like better off financially or with resources than their elders. But like in our generation, it's like not true. Like I am struggling. Like I am barely struggling to survive, you know, and my elders have the resources to get the care that they need. So the fact that I feel like there's so much pressure on me when I'm already struggling so much just to function normally and do what I have to do to survive and stay afloat just causes me immense amount of stress. So that's what I've been dealing with for like all of 2023. At the end of 2023, I was like, okay, I'm going to step up. I'm going to do more. And then like all shit like hit the fan and just insanity happened within my family. People started basically like projecting things onto me, being really passive aggressive about what they wanted from me without clearly communicating. And I just blocked everyone in my family. I was like, you know what? I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. I blocked almost everyone on one side of my family because I still have my mom's side of the family, which they're like angels. I love them. They're the only people in life that keep me sane, honestly. Because my dad's side of the family, forget it. They're the reasons I'm insane. Seriously. And at this point, though, it's my responsibility. I'm not sitting here trying to continue to project blame and be stuck in blame. I feel like that's why I've been stuck. But that's also because I've been trying to unlearn that I'm just inherently a bad person, which is what I've learned from childhood. Like I'm always the bad guy. And for the primary female narcissist that I'm dealing with, me and my sister are her narcissistic supply. Either she wants us to be basically worshiping her, or the fact that we're not basically worshiping her, she goes and tells everybody, what, we're not around, we're not doing anything, and then like she gets pity. So it maybe sounds cruel me saying that, but trust me, I've been dealing with it for 34 years. And the self-hate that it's instilled in me is something that I continue to struggle with to this day. So for anyone else out there dealing with dysfunctional families, the remnants of having a dysfunctional family growing up, like my heart goes out to you because it's not easy. It's not easy. There's so many complexities, there's so many layers, and there's no right or wrong answer really with how to deal with it. I look insane. This is not a good look. Okay, this is terrible. I'm gonna have to redo the whole thing. This is so bad. This is so bad. This is what stress will do to you. It'll just make you go crazy and look like a clown. Okay. Ugh, don't do as I do. I can't say that enough. Don't do as I do. Oh my god, this is the worst. So tonight I'm going to Goth Night because it is one of the few things in life that I have that bring me joy. That sounds really sad. That's not how I meant it. I didn't mean it to sound sad. I just mean to say, like, I know it's something that brings me joy. It's one of the few places where I feel like I have community that's like actually fun. And so I do try to make it a point to go to every Goth Night that I can. So let's try to make this look as good as possible. I feel like that's asking for a lot right now. Oh, at least it's dark in there. No one can see you. No one can really see. Can really see you. Pro tip for going to Goth Night: leave before they turn the lights on. Unless you're very proud of your appearance, then whatever. I don't know what that's like. I've never been proud of my appearance, so can't relate. Can't relate. Oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna crack. I think my brain is like cracking. I seriously did think I went to where did I go to? I went to the mental health facility in July. For all the years that I struggled with mental health, this year was the first year that sent me to the institution. And I was strongly considering going again this weekend. But I'm scared that they're going to put me on meds because I tried meds once again, mental health medication, for the first time since I was like 15 this year, and it did not go well. It didn't go horribly, but it did not go well. Oh god, how do we make this actually look good? How do we do this? How do we go from this to looking decent? We're going to try to figure it out, okay? I haven't given up. I haven't given up. Oh. If you're watching this, like, thank you. I'm not sure why. But thank you for being here. Feel free to chat in the chat about, what you're looking forward to in 2024. I'm really looking forward to the positive stuff. I really wanted 2024 to be my year that I focus on my fitness and my health, because I am turning 35 this year and it's scaring me. It's scaring me because I'm like really not healthy. I'm not. And I want to get healthier. And I want to love myself through that process. I don't want to hate myself until I, become more fit or whatever. But just dealing with the constant stress from family and trying to overcome like what's become of my mind from everything I've been through in the past makes it difficult to stop emotional eating, But I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep trying. And what I really want from this year is to like build a strong foundation for myself mentally, to kind of like reparent myself basically. And then learn how to deal with the narcissists in my life or totally cut them out, which is scary to say because like they're all aging and they're ill. So it feels really fucked up to cut people out of your life when they're like in their late stages in life. And I've been looking up a lot about that, like other people who have gone through this process and what that's like, and just kind of, I haven't decided yet, but only time will tell what will be right for me, and what was right for one person isn't going to be right for the next person. You really just have to figure out for yourself, like if there are people in your life who are dysfunctional, who are keeping you from healing. Oh my gosh, it's Juan Black from Black Sunday and Black TV. What's going on, Juan? What are you doing? I'm getting ready to go to Goth Night. I know the look has not come together, but hopefully by the end it will be a little bit better. That's all we can hope for. That's all we can hope for. What's going on? What are you doing tonight? I'm just like trying to decompress from dealing with my narcissistic dysfunctional family all week. Yes, thank you for jumping on the live stream. We can definitely take turns. I actually just downloaded or used or created a stream. Is it Streamlab or StreamYard account, so we can do an interview very soon. I really want to do that. That would be so fun. And then we could talk shit on your channel too. We could talk all the shit about everything. Decompressing from work, which was a nightmare. Oh, I'm so sorry. Dude. I know I don't know. They say work is a fact of life. Whether it is or it isn't, I know we have to deal with it to survive, but it sucks. Okay. If you're lucky if it doesn't suck. And I'm very lucky because I like my company and my team. It's just like 8 hours. 8 hours is so long. But 6 hours is good. But by the 8th hour, I'm done. 6 hours in, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z after work. By 8 hours, I'm like, I have nothing left to give to anyone or anything. Because in reality, by 8 hours, it's really been like 9 or 10 hours just living around work. Let's see. Juan says, yay, I may do another live stream tomorrow night, actually, if you're around. Yes! Oh, that would be fun. We can join in. Oh my gosh. Actually, do you want to join in right now? I can send you the link, but like no pressure. We can just have a real conversation about life. Because I've really just been, look at this. I look terrible. I don't feel like I've ever done my makeup this bad. I don't know if it's because, no, that's not true. I've definitely done my makeup worse or as bad. But this is bad. This is like really bad. I don't know if it's the pressure of being live or just the fact that I'm trying to multitask and I'm bad at that. That's true, because even in my chatty get ready with me's, I'm sure you look great, but listen, I understand. I feel like I'm looking real crazy right now too. I just had it in my mind, like, I'm gonna test it out while I chatty get ready with me to go to Goth Night. And then I realized, like, my brain is pretty fried from this week. And I feel like I look absolutely nuts. But you know what? I'm not giving up on the look. Yeah, you can join now. Actually, I've never done that before. So let me see how we could do that. I could probably send you an invite to I could probably send an invite to your Instagram, actually. But like no pressure. Seriously, zero pressure to join. Zero. That would be really fun though. Because I am struggling, and it would be the first time we like talk. Okay, so what trips me out about YouTube is like I feel like I've talked to you in real time before, but we've never we've talked in like DMs or like chats in real time, but we've never talked in real time. So that's what trips me out. Like I feel like I've talked to you, but like we really haven't. It's the parasocial relationships thing that we have going on in this day and age. But I did send the link to you on Instagram if you want to join, but like zero pressure. Zero pressure. I am struggling with this look right now, but I'm not going to give up on it. If it's like too bad and I can't salvage it, we'll start over. And then I'll end up going to Goth Night at midnight. It's already 9:26. Goth Night started at 9. And because I like to leave early, I like to get there early. Okay, oh my gosh, Juan Black is joining the live. How exciting. This is so weird because like I feel like I know him. I feel like I know you. And like, yeah, awesome. So, hello. I don't know who's out there, but whoever is out there, feel free to let us know how your year's going so far. I know it's been like 6 days. Let us know anything. What's going on in your universe? Or like, what could be going better? You know what I mean? Like you can either vent or you can say, this is what I'm looking forward to. Both have their time and place. I'm like trying to work out with my mom. Me and my mom are trying to get back into working out. So I made a rule I didn't make a rule. Like, we agreed upon a rule. No more complaining for 2024. And then, like, after all this insanity I dealt with this week, I was like, okay, maybe we can amend the rule. We each have 5 minutes to vent, and then that's it. And then we focus on positive aspects. Because if I can't say anything negative, I can't tell her what's going on with, like, certain aspects of my life, like the other side of my family. So yes, there are positive things there too, though, like the fact that everyone's still around. Like, I'm not a heartless monster. I've just been made to feel like I'm a fucking bad person my whole life. So it's difficult to keep interacting with them when they're like the root cause of that, and they continue to perpetuate that. You know what I mean? I don't think going with a bright pink blush is the way to go for this look. But it is a winter solstice look. So I think I could get away with some blush, just not the brightest of pink. Like maybe a peachy, a peachy kind of sun-kissed look. Where are my palettes? Okay, so I have 3 palettes. One is the Lily Munster palette from Glam Goth Beauty, which I love. And oh, I'll show you. Beautiful. It's a beautiful palette, and I absolutely love Lily Munster. Please don't judge how dirty the mirror is, but I love this palette so much. Some beautiful colors in here. And I love Lily Munster. Growing up, out of all the goth icons, she was my favorite. Absolutely love her. Love that palette, and love Marley of Glam Goth Beauty. Then we've got another iconic queen, Fiona of Shrek. Yes, the Shrek palette. You can tell which colors I use. Oh, yes, there we go. Yeah, I use a lot of pinks and golds and browns, and not so much of anything else. And then last, the struggle is real. Last, we have the king of the swamp, Shrek. And this is this palette, as you can see as well. Once again, kind of the reddish golds and browns, and not too much else. Well, they all look fairly dipped into, actually. But yeah, these are the 3 palettes I currently have. I don't buy a ton of makeup, but I figure if you have some good palettes, you'll always have some variety to work with. So these are what I have to work with. Geez, I don't even know how old this one is. This one might be expiring pretty soon, but I typically keep makeup way longer than it probably is good for. Just because, you know, it's like, you don't always have the means to be getting a bunch of makeup. So, okay, I'm going to go with my usual. One thing that I like, I know there's so much, what's the word I'm looking for? There's so much tension between people who actually enjoy goth music and the goth scene, and people who are dark alternative who don't actually know anything about goth music, but are maybe part of other alternative subcultures, but they label themselves as goth, for example, like emo or nu metal or whatever. And I know e-girls have been accused of labeling themselves goth a lot, which have created points of contention, of course. But I will say, something that I really like from the e-girl style is the blushy look. So I've really taken that and started to use it like pretty much all the time. And I don't know, I just like it. And since today is kind of a winter look, I guess I'm going for that, you know, frostbitten look. That's what we're going for today. See if we can salvage what I already have going on here, which I personally feel like is a complete mess. So anyways, I'm excited about Goth Night tonight. I didn't get to go last month because I was out of town, and I considered going to the Goth Night in the city that I was in. I was in San Francisco, and I considered going to their Goth Night because the night that we got in was their Goth Night, but I was low on funds, and I would have had to take like an Uber there or figure out like public transit, and I had been traveling all day, so I didn't end up going. But it was something I considered. That would have been a lot of fun. Tonight, I kind of am on a mission. The mission! I'm on a mission to ask people why they don't dance when the Sisters of Mercy comes on. Like, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, is it because Sisters of Mercy fans, which I am, are like the Metallica fans of goth? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I love metal, okay? And when people are like, oh, you like metal? Like Metallica? And I'm like, no, not like Metallica. But like, and it's not because of Stranger Things. This was even before Stranger Things. And this is one of the things that me and my boyfriend bonded over when we first met, because that's exactly how he felt. Like, he almost felt a little cringy when people thought he was into Metallica because he loved metal. It's like, no, not metal like that. You know, more like death metal, tactical death metal, deathcore, other types of metal that aren't as mainstream. So I wonder, is that why like people are entering the Sisters of Mercy? Is the Sisters of Mercy the Metallica of goth? And if so, I embrace it. I recognize I am what a Metallica fan is to metal, to goth, because I love the Sisters of Mercy. I do. So tonight I'm going to interview people and ask, you know, how come y'all don't dance? Why does everyone leave the dance floor when the Sisters of Mercy comes on these days? You know, let me know if anyone else sees that happening out in the wild, because it is wild. I didn't expect that, let me tell you. I don't know if I'm allowed to share what this is, but it is something that's going to help me save some money. And I typically don't drink when I go to Goth Night, but because it's been such a stressful week, and because I'm Ubering there, because I'm trying to get a discount on my car insurance. So they're tracking every move I make, every breath I take, and they don't want me to drive between the hours of like 12 a.m. and 4 a.m. or something like that, or 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. So just to be safe, in case I'm driving around, I just decided to Uber, so therefore I can have a few drinks. But yeah. So I don't know what's going on with this look. I think it's salvaged enough that we're just going to keep rolling with it. I'm going to do my best. I'm really going to try. I used to have a Fenty Beauty by Rihanna highlighter. I feel like this live is called... Oh, no way. I'm so excited. I think you've been waiting, not sure. Okay, wait. I don't see where you are. I don't see you. I don't see you. Wait. Closed tip. What's this? New layout. Add item. Oh. Cancel. This card changes. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to figure out this layout. What? You're entering the studio. I don't see you. This is my first time too. So. Oh yeah, I should have selected that. Copy. Yeah. So, yeah, Juan, I don't see you. That's so weird. I don't know what's going on. But this is also my first time. So I could definitely be doing this wrong. Solo layout. No. Present, invite. Yeah, I don't even know where you would see somebody. Weird. Super weird. Add item. Here we go. Got it. Save. Yeah, I guess. What do you see? Are you still there? We're trying to get Juan onto the live for anyone else who might be there. Okay. But this is, I think, both of our first times trying this. Juan, if it's not your first time trying it and you know what to do, let me know. Ooh, more Tragic Black. Okay, wait. Guess. Manage guess. Okay, guess can... Okay, play... No. I have no band guess. Okay. Okay. Maybe I can't have guess. Maybe, but it says invite. So why would it say invite if I can't have a guess? Truly, that would be really confusing. Yes, life goes on. No matter what, you know what? No matter what, life goes on until it doesn't. And then it doesn't go on. You know what I mean? So all we can do is just do the best we can. Wear a bandana mask for a bit? What do you mean? Like put a bandana here? What do you mean? What do you mean a bandana mask? And hello, by the way. Thanks for being here. Let me know what you mean. I don't have a bandana, actually. I wish now that I had a banana mask, though. That's a little different from what you said. But it's what it made me think about. What's going on in your universe? Or a COVID mask. Oh, I don't even have that. I'm like the worst. I'm the worst. But I can like do this. I can do this. I can cover up my shame. That is my face. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is like kind of. Oh my God, Juan's here. Juan.
I think I figured it out. I don't know what I did, but I figured it out, I guess.
This is a trip. This is such a trip.
Hold on, I got you on the TV. I need to mute you on there. There we go.
Welcome.
Hi, we did it.
I can't believe this is like live right now. Are you hearing yourself?
Yeah.
Like an echo?
Well, not now because I muted the TV. So are you hearing me okay?
No, we're good. Let me check the regular. Oh my God, what's going on in your universe? Tell me.
Hi. Hey, this is our first time actually talking.
I know, but okay. Does it not feel like it? I feel like I've talked to you before, which is so weird.
Well, just only messages. Like
I know, but I guess it's because I watch your videos, like, and they're so, personal. I feel like we've chatted before,
Yeah, same. Especially like watching your videos and commenting on yours. You're commenting back on mine. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's going on?
Not much. Just hanging out. I'm just kind of like I said, decompressing, and saw you were live. I'm like, oh shit.
Thanks for joining. What do you like to do to decompress mostly?
Usually just watching stuff. Like watch stuff on YouTube or whatever. Or sometimes just end up scrolling Facebook.
Big same. I feel like that's a lot of people now. It's like it's a really good way to turn your brain off.
Yeah.
I was watching some videos earlier because I've been dealing with a lot of narcissistic family members.
Yeah, I heard a little. I came in on a little bit of that earlier. I was like, oh wow, yeah.
Do you have any experience with that? Not that you have to bring it up or talk about it if it's like too much.
Not really with my own family, just
that's good.
But I mean, I have dealt with people like that, so
yeah.
Especially living in Los Angeles too. There was quite a few of them there.
That is interesting. That it really does attract, people with that disorder, basically.
Yeah. Your makeup's looking great, by the way.
Oh, really? Oh, thank you. Because I was this is a mess.
Like, no, it's not. It's not. It's looking great.
Thank you. I'm like going for the wintry, what's it called? Not sunburn. What's the one with the snow? Frostbite.
Yeah.
Yeah, life is a trip. So who are your favorite YouTubers these days, or what do you like to watch mostly?
Oh God, sometimes sometimes I'll veg out to watch a gaming video or something, or I'll watch Markiplier or some shit, or
oh nice.
Yeah, or sometimes I watch those top 10 ghost videos or whatever, Bizarre Bub, shit like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love those too. I started to
Yeah.
fall asleep to like basically scary stories. That's like
Oh,
my
like creepy
relaxation at night.
bosses and stuff.
Yeah. Like backwoods scary stories or whatever. I'm like, how relaxing.
I I like the ones the animated ones because those are a lot of fun. Sometimes I haven't watched one of those in a minute actually.
Oh yeah. Yeah, me either actually. I guess yeah, because I'm usually listening to it for the audio at night. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've seen some of those.
Yeah, a lot of times I watch the ghost videos. Like, okay, which one is fake or not? Oh yeah, that's fake as shit. That's fake. That one I don't know. You know.
Have you gone ghost hunting? Or like have you had a paranormal experience?
Oh yeah. I mean, I haven't not lately because this has been a while. Because just haven't had the time or just the
Oh.
energy to do it. Honestly, but yeah, there like a couple, like actually longer, a couple years ago. Actually, that was like about 4 years ago. Shit, just thinking about it. I did some ghost hunting. We have this like hiking area behind where I live at,
Ooh.
and I went there with a friend of mine, and another friend of mine's kid was hanging out back there. We were trying to get some videos, some EVPs and stuff. I actually did get an EVP because my friend was asking, "Oh, how many of you are out here?" And you can hear as clear as day somebody in a voice said six, and I'm
Oh,
like,
that's so specific.
"Yeah, it is." It's like, oh, it's one to if you backtrack, you look. It's like a one. It's called a little thing I was starting to do for a while called the Dark Corner because that was originally the intention for those videos. I was for ghost hunting and stuff, but
Oh,
only
nice.
only ghost hunted twice on it, and then just kind of just never got back to it. But yeah, it was crazy. And then there was like weird shit that happened around the house after that for a while.
Oh, no way. Like it followed you or something?
Yeah,
Crazy. That is
yeah,
so
because
crazy.
it was weird because I did two videos there because I did like a video like during the day before I went at night, and when I was walking back home, it looked like at the corner of my eye, it looked like something was walking behind me the whole time.
Ooh, that's so creepy. No.
Yeah, it was a trip.
What did you do? Were you like totally freaked out or were you just like
I was like, I wasn't sure. I was like, must be my imagination. Nah, like,
see, yeah. I was gonna
but
say,
if
are you
but
more of a like explain it away or more of a like I'm gonna be, you know, my blood pressure is gonna be flying through the roof the whole the whole walk back.
yeah, well, like it, like I mean, like I said in those videos, everything. Cause like the area I live in, it's like because I live like in a trailer park, but like the whole area is haunted. So,
Oh, ooh.
so it's so you see sometimes some weird shit happens around here. You see some weird shit or whatever. It's not so much nowadays, though. I notice it's
Hmm.
like past couple years, it's been actually rather quiet. Doesn't maybe an occasional little weirdness, but for the most part,
That's gotta be a good thing, right? Like whatever it
yeah,
is or was maybe is at peace now, or like maybe they just know you now, so they're like, oh, it's just one.
yeah. Could be either. Could be both. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like, oh, it's that fucking guy. Never mind.
never mind.
Not like we're
We
gonna
can't
scare him or
scare him.
anything. He's used to us. Fuck it.
Yeah. He just says maybe it's in my head.
What about you? You ever do any ghost hunting?
Not like officially, but I definitely grew up with some creepy experiences. Like pretty much almost all the spots I lived in growing up were haunted or had some sort of activity. Um,
Hmm.
the most extreme one was this one spot that I lived at. Stuff would actually like just fall off the table, but it was like in the middle of the table. It wasn't like, on the
Oh.
edge, and it wasn't like, stacked high and wobbly. It was just like, how did that happen?
Hmm.
But it still makes you question, like, I don't know, even though that happened to us, I still don't even believe that it really happened, fully.
Yeah.
And then my little sister, who was like maybe 2 years old at the time, would always say, "Who's that ugly man standing in the doorway?" And there was like nobody there. So we were like, oh, God. That was
like,
really
nope. Like, I don't know who's standing in the doorway, but he better get the fuck on.
Yeah, exactly.
Is he paying rent? No, I don't. Then he can fuck off.
You can't live
Maybe that's why ghosts don't really hang out around here anymore. Because I keep saying shit like if you're paying, if you ain't paying rent, you don't need to be making a bunch of fucking noise while I'm trying to sleep. Maybe they're like, oh, damn it. It's like, you better get a ghost job.
For real. Beetlejuice. I'm so excited for that, by the way. I'm sure everybody is, but.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Forgot about that.
This year.
It's going to be interesting to see what they do with it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm hopeful that it'll be good.
Yeah.
I feel like they have a lot to work with.
Hopefully Lauren Bobart won't be in the audience. Never mind.
Oh. What do you mean?
I guess you didn't hear about it. It's like Lauren Bobart's like a Republican congresswoman, but they caught her on like security cam with her boyfriend at like a Beetlejuice musical.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, that's
they're being a bit inappropriate.
Oh. Man, I feel like half these politicians out here are just weirdos.
Oh, yeah. Oh, but they call us queers groomers.
They call it what?
I said, but they call us queers groomers.
For real, actually, though. No kidding. It's like statistically. Do you want us to bring up the stats here?
Oh, they ignore that though.
Right, they ignore reality.
But no, I don't. I'm not going to try to turn your getting ready video into a political video though. So I'll save that for another time.
I'm not like against it. I never talk about politics on my channel, which I have mixed feelings about. But at the same time, it's because my whole life used to be political.
Yeah.
And I'm just at a point in my life right now that I'm trying to survive, and I know what that feels like. So I'm just not trying to, because everybody needs spaces where they're not always confronted with that too, right? Like we all need that. So that's kind of just like what my space, what like my channel and all that is about now. It's just like just a place to like express other aspects. But I do feel somewhat bad because it's not that those things aren't important, but it's just like I thought deeply about it, and I'm like, that's not what this space is. But at the same, I don't know. I'm still on the fence about it. I think about it a lot, honestly. I think about it a lot.
I understand.
I don't talk about it on here.
Yeah, and I look at it this way. I mean, people like you and me, our existence is made political without our consent.
That's true.
I'm brown. I'm queer. Automatically, that already makes me like a political target, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You being a woman, everything. It's like that's once again. Wait, you do identify as a woman, right? Sure.
Oh yeah.
Make sure. Yeah. All right, I have to make sure because I like.
And you.
Yeah.
What are your?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That fucking guy. That's me.
The fucking guy. What the ghost said.
Hey, that fucking guy over there.
Yes. Oh, let me ask you a question.
Sure. I'm here. It's a good time to do it.
Right, I know. Okay, so this is one of the little things I was like talking about into the ethers just a few moments ago, but I've experienced one of the weirdest things going to Goth Night for the last like 4 months. Every time they play the Sisters of Mercy, the dance floor clears.
That's weird.
Right? Okay,
yeah,
have you seen this?
I heard you mention that earlier, and it's like, honestly, no. Every time I've been to Goth Club, Sisters of Mercy that came on, people were shaking their asses, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So
You know, I go to like, if they popped up at a bar center in LA, they were dancing. If actually when I go to Dead Souls out here, if Sisters pops up on there, people are fucking dancing.
like
So
dancing, right? Yeah, same. Back in the day,
yeah,
people were definitely dancing, and
yeah.
then other goth clubs I've been to out of the city, people would always dance. But like ever since I've been back, it's clearing the dance floor. So I'm just really curious because other old stuff isn't clearing the dance floor. So I'm just like, tonight I'm gonna like ask people about it.
Right.
But
Maybe
it's interesting.
maybe there's a lot of people that just aren't. That some of the people go hanging out there aren't feeling Sisters of Mercy, or it just happens to come on at a time when everybody's going to go take a cigarette break or get another drink. I don't.
Yeah, right?
Who knows? Yeah.
I know. It's just like one of the most memed things in goth is like everybody dances to like, the Sister Mercy, this corrosion or whatever.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta ask people like, what is it? What is it? But
Yeah,
I
I've
don't
never.
care, but I'm just curious.
Hell, we like last show we played when we covered Sisters of Mercy. People were dancing to it.
Nice.
And I just want to say something real quick. Like since playing, like past few years of playing, one thing I've noticed is happening that's never happened before. I've noticed people dancing to some songs. I'm playing, I was like, huh, that's new.
Oh.
I mean, that's better than people standing around or once again clearing the floor.
Right. Do you mean like
So
dancing to your songs that people didn't used to dance to before?
Yeah. Well, we got some different songs now too, but
Okay.
I think that helps. It's like things are a little different. There's a little bit more of a groove to things now, too, with some of the songs. So yeah, I guess which I love.
Yes, that's a really good observation. Aside from the fact that some of your music has more groove, I also think people have realized you can dance to pretty much anything. Like people used to say like you can't dance to metal, and like now with TikTok, everyone's like, watch me, Everyone realized you can dance to like anything.
Yeah. See people twerk to death metal is nice. Well, yeah.
Oh, it was so funny because there's this one guy on TikTok. His name is I think it was literally Death Metal Elitist, or it was like Death Metal Dad. It was one of those, but he was very proudly the Death Metal Elitist, and he was like, "You can't dance to metal. You can't dance to death metal." And then like we all like kind of proved him wrong. But I love that guy, and now he's like come around, and now he like dances to the death metal. But it's just funny how people get these ideas in their head.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people have that lead side. It's like, oh, yeah, you can't do such a thing. It's like, well, bet.
Right, exactly. Actually, I used to be like that because Slipknot used to be like my favorite band, and I was like, you can't dance to Slipknot, but I was like, I was like 12 or something, and then I realized, oh, you can. You really want to.
There's like a whole bunch of videos like there. Oh God, what's that one Slipknot song? Is that Custer?
Psychosocial?
Huh?
Is it Psychosocial?
No, not Psychosocial.
Okay.
I don't know if I don't know if it's called Custer. Was it was like cut me up that one? Yeah.
Yeah, that was after my time, but I know what you mean because of TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone dances to that.
I see a lot of those still.
Yeah. Oh, well, you know what? Wait, are you in? Wait, no, I'm not gonna. Well, you talk about where you live, right? On your lives.
Yeah. I was like, it's not like giving addresses or anything.
Okay. I'm like, I'm not gonna dox you. Oh my gosh, it's Sunny's. The Swedish elder god is here. Hello. Thanks for being here. I hope you're having a good night. Wait, what were you saying?
I know.
I'm trying to figure out what's left to do with my makeup, and I don't think there's anything left to do. It's just, it is what it is.
It looks good, so.
Thank you.
I'm seeing you quite large on my TV right now because I have like a pretty big TV, so I'm like can see your head. It's almost like head size. Wait, and I can see everything pretty good, so it looks good. If you
Oh,
look
okay,
good in HD, if you look good in HD, you look good in person. You're fine.
thank you, and thank you, Sunnies. I needed the validation because I'll be like, just keep staring at myself like, what do I have left to do? I'm sure there's something, but my brain's not working either. So we'll just leave it at that. But
The only thing you
yes.
have left to do is to work it. That's what you have left to do.
Yeah. Wow. Through the Sisters of Mercy. I'll be the only
That's
one
right.
out there.
Fuck it. Somebody's got to represent, and that person has to be you.
Yes. Thank you, Sunny. Sunny says it's 6 a.m. where she's at.
Oh wow.
In
At 6
Sweden.
a.m. I don't plan on being awake.
Tomorrow your day off?
Yes.
Oh. It's finally here. You made it.
I survived.
I know. It really feels like that like every week. It's bad. But what can we do? What can we do? Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You live in Indiana, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm really bad. I'm the worst. I'm really bad at geography. It's not a strong point for me. If I had to draw a map of the United States where I've lived my whole life, some things would be mixed around, that's for sure. But I'm not sure how far you are from me. But Goth Night, where I live in West Texas, is like first Friday of the month. So if life permits, if you ever want to come down on the first Friday, I think it would be really fun for, I mean, I know it's hard because like it's not like I have the means to like go to other people's events, but like I want to try.
Yeah.
You know, I want to put the intention out there that like if it's possible, I want to do it.
Right. I mean, I would love to play like a couple shows back out west again.
Oh.
Yeah. But I don't know when that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Honestly, because you know, time, money, schedules. You know, it's the downside of being an adult in a band. Everybody has to work. You know.
Yeah.
Have to do this thing called pay rent.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I totally know what you mean. Like you can't just take off from work for like a week or two to like go to tour or whatever, or even like a few days. Yeah. Oh, Sunny said where she lives, they don't have goth events, or she doesn't see alternative people nowadays. They're underground, which honestly surprises me because, but I guess maybe that's
because you're in Sweden, right?
Yeah, I guess it's like I thought they had like the stereotype for being like super into metal. I know that's not goth, but like I would still assume you'd see like alternative people everywhere, or maybe they're the metalheads that look normal, so like you can't tell.
I don't know. It's just like I thought.
Maybe I'm thinking about Norway, but no, there's a lot of Swedish metal bands too. So
yeah,
anyway.
Yeah, but I thought like there was like a pretty big goth scene in Sweden too. I'm obviously I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just certain parts. Maybe it's the part where they live at. Because I mean, just like there's some parts out here in America. True. There's some parts. It's like they're not going to have a goth night because that demographic isn't like predominant in that area. You know.
Yeah, that's true. So like, it's not a good representation of like the whole.
Yeah.
US, or, like a whole state. I'm super happy we have a goth night here because we're predominantly 80% Mexican community. Since we're like literally right on the border with Juarez, so it's like, you know,
yeah.
If it wasn't for the border, it's kind of like one community. Obviously, there are differences between El Paso and Juarez, but it's still like a huge like community.
Actually, I have some friends that play in Mexico on occasion. They're from LA, but there's like because apparently there's a huge goth scene in Mexico.
Yes.
So yeah, one of bands, 13th Sky. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, it's them and a couple other bands like they play there occasionally. Really good bands.
Oh, cool. Awesome. I'll definitely have to check them out. Oh, Yes, Sunny said yesterday I heard a new mention called Clean Goth, and that was like wearing only black, similar to corporate goth. Oh, well, that's what I'm doing tonight. It's supposed to
Oh,
be
there you
kind of
go.
like a promy theme, but I'm just like, I almost forgot it was Goth Night, so I'm just going slapping things together. Oh, metalheads are more about band t-shirts and battle vests. Oh, I see. So they don't necessarily look like Dark Alternative. They just, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I've never worn a battle vest before.
Uh,
Oh my gosh, -6 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, I'm not jealous of you. That's a lot to deal with.
I'm complaining about it being like 30 here. So I can't even talk now. I was like, damn.
Me too. Same. I'm like, well, I guess because, well, no. I mean, did you grow up in Indiana or
I
LA?
grew up in New Jersey originally, then I moved to California, and then I moved to Indiana.
Okay. Maybe it's just one of those things you never get used to. Like
No,
extreme of anything, extreme heat. But yeah, I'm with you. I grew up in the desert, so I can handle like 100 degrees, but I can't handle like 60.
are
So
you born and raised in Texas?
yeah, for like 23 years, and then I lived very temporarily in DC back when my life was all about, political stuff, and I was like
Right.
devoting everything to it. So I lived there for like 2 years. I got to experience like their winters, which was crazy. And then I moved to California. So yeah, pretty much always been a Southwest person.
Wait, what part? If I don't mind, what part of California did you live in?
Well,
What
I did live in San Diego for how many years? 4 years, but it didn't feel like it because like most of those years were COVID. So that
Oh yeah.
I was just in lockdown. But before that, I lived in the Bay Area for like a year and a half.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know,
which is
I was in California for over 20 years, and not once did I ever go to San Francisco or the Bay Area, and I
really.
regret that. I was like, oh, why didn't I go?
I know. Well, you probably had good reasons at the time. It's like
Yeah, I was broke.
in hindsight, it's always exactly. In hindsight, it's always like, well, it was right there. Why didn't I do that? But like in the moment when you're living life, it's like you're just trying to survive. You're just trying to survive. But yes, thank
Well,
you for hanging out. I guess I should get going before I totally miss Goth Night altogether. But thank you for joining. This made it so much more fun.
this is great. So I'm glad I could jump in and have some fun with you. Finally, get to talk to you.
Yes,
So now
I know.
this is a preview. This will be happening again on my channel, hopefully.
Yeah, and mine too. Like next time I can actually interview you and like have some like thoughtful questions about like your music and music videos and everything.
When I have you on my channel, there probably won't be thoughtful questions. It'll just be some random shit.
Yeah, no, I'm so down for that too. I'm like 100%. And thank you, Sunnies. I wish you could travel here too, and that we could travel there, and we could all like go to each other's goth nights or create our own goth nights. So
God, I love to go out there.
Night, yes, you know the goth night that I'm going to tonight started in 1999, and the DJ who one of the main DJs who runs it, she started it, and she started it at house parties. So
oh wow,
there's nothing from stopping us from throwing house parties either.
That's right. Don't have to be in a club. You just be in a basement.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, you too. Good night, Sunnies. And thanks again, Juan. I hope you get to fully decompress. Release the demons of the work week.
You do release those demons out on the dance floor.
I will. I'm going to take off my shoes. I'm already ready to take them off when I get there. It's the only way I can dance. I can't dance in shoes.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Well,
have fun. Have fun and be safe.
Thank you. You too. Have a good weekend and good
You
night,
too.
everyone.
Good night. Bye. How do I get out of here?